What's up, y'all? So I just wanted to go over what I've been doing recently because I haven't been posting that much. So, well, basically reviewing my larger plan, which is a retreat center, orphanage, wildlife sanctuary, ran by basically volunteers in exchange for a place to live away from societal constraints. Before I get to all that, I'd just like to say I have a bug out property that not one person on earth knows I have. I've never been to it with an electronic device. I barely even go there wearing clothes. And very rarely am I in that country. And you wouldn't find a passport stamp on my passport for that country either. Like I said, this is my bug out. This is the place I go if shit was to hit the fan, and I have a place that not one motherfucker on earth knows where it is. Given the recent developments and what's going on in America, I wanted to extend an invitation, I can't even believe I'm doing this, but to my bug out. I don't have anything there. It's literally a couple acres of jungle, rainforest. It's very, very, very real jungle. It's not tamed, it's not cut, it has water. It has water. No electricity, it's got no roads. But I wanted to offer it as an option to people that are, if people are really looking to get out of America and they have nowhere to go, you know, I don't ever want anybody to feel like that. Like they're trapped. Like they're being fucking walled in. So I've been thinking about it, and if I could find a group of people to go down there and project manage it, and they could, you'd have to have some experience with jungles, because taming a jungle is not something that's just, like, it's not easy. And it's constant maintenance, but anyway, like I said, it's not big. I don't know what I want in return for it. I think I just want people to help each other set it up in a way that it can be habitable until, you know, the shit storm's over, or until we see some sort of peace, or until the people find what it is they need to find to feel safe in society, or until they find the skills that they need to go live in nature like we're meant to. Whatever it is something I've been thinking about for a minute, because people keep asking me to get out and saying that they don't have a way. So, you know, I don't know how many people have skills that would even survive there. I honestly don't know if you would survive there. It's a place that is untamed. It's as real a jungle as they get. There's panthers, there's spiders, there's poisonous snakes everywhere. That's why I fucking love it. There's no people. There's nothing there that's gonna hurt you. It's humans that fuck everything up. You know, and again, this is just an idea I'm playing with. Since I had never brought it up to anybody ever, I figured that I might as well make people aware that it exists, and if we can get together the right people with the right skill set on the same wavelength, then, you know, because I have a million projects going on right now, and I can't be there for all of this, but I can delegate work, and I can trust certain people to get it done. I'm learning not to trust as many people as I thought I could trust. Unfortunately, truth isn't the most popular. Doesn't matter, it's still truth. Those who speak the truth will always be persecuted. Right here. Sign me the fuck up. Universe, just let me finish the mission first. That's all I ask. Just live out the mission. So as you guys can see, I'm highly censored on here. And I'm looking to expand pretty aggressively, as you can tell by my post-it wall. It's I have a lot on my plate, so I really want to make this live feed just clue people what's going in my life. So the first thing that's a big change is I went back to Colombia from Costa Rica. Maya and I have gone our separate ways. That's a finalized statement. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Everything is. So I'm not in my normal whereabouts, which is fine. I like Colombia too. And it's a friend's house that I'm staying at here, because the property that I am looking to purchase in Colombia it's not finished with the infrastructure yet. Anyway, it's funny, I see the same people joining over and over again. Are you guys getting booted from the feed? That might be happening. So I'm not finding the ability to do what I'm meant to do, which is help people. I'm not finding the ability to, there's not balance between me and Instagram, which is the way that I help people through their personal crises, through DMs and making posts and stuff. And I'm feeling uninspired to write the way that I like to write, which is with authority and love. I'm not having I have 100 unopened DMs and then about maybe 300-400 unanswered DMs. I'm in over my head, and it's frustrating for me because I know that everybody has problems and everybody needs help and everybody deserves help, and you're all sacred, loved beings on this planet, and I'd love to be the one to help you. I'm just overworked at this point. My sleep schedule is different. When I'm in Colombia, I live a lot closer to a city-ish. I mean, enough Gwen Towers that I can feel it effectively at night, even though I turn the router off. And have myself covered in shungite, these dope-ass shungite plates. I want to have my whole floor tiled with these once Africa has food. And the fucking Philippines stop killing Muslims. And Americans don't have to drink fluoride water. I'm gonna buy a house. Not even a big house, just like the size of this room here. It's a studio, really, but yeah. And I want to have the whole floor tiled in shungite. Once everybody else is taken care of. That's something that's selfish, so it comes last. So the whole goal of what I want to do, the message that I received, the download from Mama was she said, you have to stop dividing people. You can't divide people. We've divided people forever, and that's how they keep us under their rule. They divide us while we fight each other. We're their slaves. We build up their infrastructure. We mine the earth for them. We've chosen the wrong path, and we've been misled to do so. So Mama said, stop dividing people. Okay, fine, I can do that. Next she said, once you have them united, you need a place to take them to keep them safe from what's coming. And I said, okay. And I said, how do I go about doing that? And she said, well, you just go to places that you think are the vibe that you want. And she said, when you find the right vibration, you'll know. So I found 2 places so far. One is my bug out, and one is a place in Costa Rica, beautiful 200-acre property with it's got infrastructure, it's got water, got 6 different springs with concessions on the springs, which means that the government can't come in and take your shit. I have a corporation in Costa Rica too, so I am able to pay taxes so that I'm not breaking the law in any way, shape, or form. You guys may have seen me with firearms at times. As a business owner in Costa Rica, you can have firearms if you apply for the permits and process. I suggest everywhere, every single person on earth should have some sort of a gun, a bow and arrow, the ability to operate that safely. And remembering, of course, that all life is sacred and that under no circumstance other than immediate threat to yourself or a loved one, which for me is every single person on earth, do you ever use that weapon? The point is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. The music is called, and I'd also like to add that I have been recommending people listen to Quantum K Healing. It's 2303 on YouTube. They took the video down. I've been listening to that for 2 years and they took the fucking video down. The minute I start to promote it, because it works, it really fucking works. So anyways, I got that covered. I'm going to have it up on the new website for download, with the virtual fortress around the new website so the government can suck my fucking dick when they try to hack my shit. Pussies. This track is called Meditation 528 Hertz on the Subtle Mind Expansion soundtrack. Solfegionic tones 528 Hertz. Pure healing. Be easier if I screenshot that, but the name of the video that no longer exists is called Quantum K Healing. It was 23 minutes and 3 seconds. They took it down after I started mentioning it because it's actually a full realignment for your body. It's something that really, really fucking works. As many of you know, the universe is based on sound and vibration and frequency. It's based on vibration and frequency. The sound is the vibration. Well, I guess the sound is vibration and frequency too. Either way, long story short, sound vibrates through matter, and matter takes shape. And so it is. So sound is the basis for everything, so you can reset your inner core using tones and then verbal commands. Even if you didn't speak the language that this particular verbal commands were in, your inner core would. And it really works. People have cured Lyme disease with that. They've done a lot. I'm going to have to start compiling, make sure I have a full list of people's email addresses. If you guys would like to stop by thirdeyeopener.com, there's an email catcher there. I'd rather die than sell your fucking number to anybody, but I will be able to use it to locate you in the event that there was some reason that we couldn't contact anymore on here or anywhere else. Email is something that's reliable, and I'm trying to log it and have it logged responsibly. So for those of you that are down with the mission, which is liberation of planet Earth, please kindly stop by thirdeyeopener.com. That's my old website. It's being revamped right now, but thirdeyeopener.com, the old website is still up, and you can take the email. It says like, do you want to open your third eye or some shit like that, and just says click yes, enter your email. It's important that I have people's emails, not just for sales stuff, but the sales stuff too. This is getting ridiculous. I can't even. Do you really believe this Costa? I don't know what that means. This Costa. These rocks, this is called elite shungite. This takes chlorine, fluoride, biological contaminants. In some cases, in most cases, reduces greatly the amount of radiation. I can't make the statement that it takes radiation fully out because I haven't seen evidence to prove it, but I have seen evidence that shows that it greatly reduces the amount of radiation. I use it here in Colombia. They chlorinate the water. I'm not sure if they fluoridate it, but I know they fluoridate the salt. So I have a tap. I drink tap water, and I use the stones to remove the chlorine, potential fluoride, and any other type of biological contaminants because the water here is kind of shitty, especially where I live. It's near a bigger city, but it's on the outskirts, so basically the waste from the city flows downstream to us. Lucky us. You all need shungite in your lives. I can't even stress that enough. Like, forget the fact that it takes out like all the toxins and shit. It has something in it called fullerenes, and you really need fullerenes. It's the world's most powerful, probably the universe's most powerful antioxidant, and that's an actual thing, measurable by science. This is something that science has attempted to study and still cannot understand how it has such an absorbing function to it. I have an idea. It's called the buckyball. They also call it a vacuum molecule, and its molecular structure is that the interior is a vacuum. Science cannot get inside the vacuum. To me, I think it acts as a vacuum and actually ships the shit to another dimension. I'm not even kidding. I can't think of a way that this would work that doesn't involve transportation of the energies. Now, things like fluoride, hydrofluoroacidic acid is a toxic byproduct of aluminum manufacturing and mining. That's why it's in our water. They had too much of it and they needed to start getting rid of it and make us stupid at the same time in America. You'll start to realize that everything points back to mining at some point. It all points back to mining. Everything points to mining. Mining, mining, mining. Not money, mining. Something's taken over our earth and they want what we fucking have. And they're literally taking everything the earth has. The earth is losing volume. And the Schumann's resonance is raised by like 140 times. That's astronomical in comparison to the fact that it hadn't raised a single hertz in, 4,000 known years. Now it's raising constantly. Yo. Hydrofluoroacidic acid is what's in your water. So again, elite shungite. It's a stone. 40 grams for 1 gallon of water for 3 hours. It's good for 6 months when used with hydrofluoroacidic acid. Okay? 6 months, you have to change the stones. Some people say go purify them in the sun. I'm not trying to get another sale from you. If you really think that I'm the type of person that's just trying to get sales from you, then please fuck yourself and get the fuck off my page. You have no idea who I am then, and that would be offensive to me. So I would tell you that in person. I tell you that now. I have no time for people that think I'm just trying to make money so I can afford my marijuana. It's much bigger than that. I literally want you all healthy because I think the people following my page show the potential to actually change the world. So I look at having a store as a way of getting them products that can better their lives and make them the greatest version of themselves. I mean, how the fuck would you even learn about this shit if it wasn't for my page? You'd have no idea. You go out and buy a fucking Kanga tank and those are like $3,000 then to rip off. Trench fave, no problem. I'm going to take a little, that was another thing I wanted to say. I'm taking a break from my DMs for about a week. I have 100 unopened DMs, at least, because it says 99 plus. And I have about 400 or 300 unanswered DMs, like with the blue light near them, and I haven't had a chance. And I'm so sorry. The whole mission of this page was to one by one help people out and wake them up. And that's how I've built such a loyal following. So I have to humbly apologize for the fact that I cannot stay on top of all of my projects currently. I'm underslept, I'm losing weight, I'm tired. I have all of these projects. It's like 400 fucking projects. And I thought that the app would give me the ability to like kind of to rank and give a hierarchy to the team, the tribe that we've put together, and figure out in terms of like longevity what we have that we can build with. And unfortunately, and it's breaking my heart, it's taking us a lot longer to fund 20 grand worth of fucking project than I ever thought possible. I mean, I never in a million years thought, like, what the fuck? Like 33 cents per follower would get us where we want to be. Where I want to be, which is, like, believe me, it's better than where you want to be. I promise you that. Like, you want to be free? I want to be libertas. I want to be liberty, the act of, like, actual freedom. So the stuff like that I'm trying to do is like stuff. It's like stuff for the earth. And it's all great. We can all say like, oh yeah, don't worry, you can do it tomorrow, but no, we can't. In the last 50 years, we've destroyed over 78% of our wildlife species. 90% of the water in the rivers is undrinkable. Glyphosate is found in everything. Ladies, if you use tampons, please stop. Number 1, plastic wrappers, all this bullshit. But number 2, sea sponges. You can buy them wherever you like. We sell them on my Etsy and my website. But fucking tampons, 85% are contaminated by glyphosate. That's pesticide. That's the shit that's in Roundup. That's not good. It's not good at all. I never made a page so I could get famous. I made a page because I saw it. Because I saw the earth dying, and I didn't see anybody doing anything about it. And I saw everybody saying, well, we've always done it this way. Well, no, we haven't. No, actually, we haven't done it this way. But since we've been doing it this way, we've all been miserable and hurting and in pain. And I'm sick of seeing every fucking American tourist come here sick, fat, overweight, looking like they haven't seen the sun in 500 years. Scared of everything with their fanny packs underneath their shirts like they're gonna get robbed. Like, bro, we ain't gonna fucking rob you, are you kidding me? Like, well, people have no idea how South American culture is. They're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to help you and heal you. Yo, even cotton, man. Cotton's contaminated with nanofibers. And granted, some places on Earth, the sea sponges would be contaminated with radiation. We get ours from a source that is obviously not contaminated with radiation, thank God. But something to also weigh out is a sea sponge is technically an animal. It's not a vegan option. So if you're vegan, don't buy the sea sponge because it's not vegan. I think that the vegan thing is a little blown out of context. I really do. I don't believe in factory farming on any level, and I would rather give my life than have a fucking cow's life die. Like, it's just the most disgusting thing they were doing, and it is so fucked up. I do, however, obviously believe in a balance between humans and nature, and sometimes nature is required. Everything we have in existence is based on nature. So, if I was hungry and I was on the beach and I didn't have food, I would eat shrimp. Or I would stab a fish and eat it. Or catch a fish and eat it. Or eat a crayfish. You know, if I was on an island with a pig and I was starving to death, would I eat the pig? No. I'd rather die with a friend. Beeswax, for example, eliminates the need for a whole ton of shit, but the way that we're going about harvesting bees is fucked up, and it's actually hurting the bees. But I use beeswax. I like beeswax. It's great for my bowstrings. It's great for, if you have any problems, fucking put. If you have like a, say you got bit by a brown recluse, you put some charcoal on it, right? You let it pull out the toxin, then you cover it in honey. And the particular honey that I would use is honey that the bees actually get their pollen from tea trees. It's amazing. Very, very expensive honey. It's $200 a jar. It's about that big. But then you melt beeswax over it, and you put it over, and it keeps totally uninfected. We've misused nature, and we've forgotten that we're a part of nature, and I think a lot of our problem as a species is that we're a species with amnesia. And not just amnesia referring to the sense that we lack our confidence in our divine self-existence. A lot of us don't believe that we're God. It's fine, you don't have to, but we've lost touch with the fact that we're nature, and that nature is a visible manifestation of divine intelligence. That being said, the larger goal is to reconnect humans to the earth. Without the earth, we have no home. Without the earth, we have no products. Without the earth, we have no hope. So for the sake of our kids and our kids, like, who are actually going to grow up like retards because of tablets and phones and technology, let's try to get our shit together and be the best versions of ourselves. Like, I understand veganism. I really do. But for me, a guy who lives in a jungle, the vegan thing doesn't work. You can't be vegan. I mean, you cannot eat meat or fish or any type of animal, but you cannot be vegan. You can't. It's impossible. I go around collecting roadkill just so I can skin it so I can make stuff out of it. It's what I love doing. I love using nature to make what I need. What a gift. I don't have to use a processing plant. You can literally make a fucking bolt crossbow arrow out of a bone of a pig. Or a piece of bamboo and a piece of metal that's been discarded as a can or something. You know, blowgun darts. You just make them out of fucking bamboo or these short little tree branches. I forget what the name of the tree is, but they grow everywhere. The point is that, like, guys, okay. People always say that the general should never show weakness, but I disagree. I think even the king should show weakness, so that you know that you're not any different than them. I'm not a general. I'm not a king. I'm not a spiritual guru. I'm Adam. I'm just a human being. And I've been finding lately that I've been losing my being in all of the projects and all of the stuff. Like, for example, like my past relationship. Dealing with, like, my mission is unifying, not dividing. And I'm finding that I'm dividing myself by attempting to unify. So there's also some way that I'm not going about things in the right way. I mean, there's definitely reevaluating that needs to be done on my side. Yes, in England they sell genetically modified and pesticide-sprayed fruits and vegetables. So I guess what I'm asking for with this live feed is I need help. I need help because I can't do this by myself. And I'm grateful for everything that's come my way. But if people have skills, if you have resources, if you have time, if you have the interest in being available to me for projects, I need to start delegating out work. And this is one of the reasons that I needed the app. And for those of you who don't know, if you'd like to donate to the app, it's GoFundMe. I'd prefer PayPal payments because they don't tax them. They don't take their little bullshit charge for it. And since it's donations, it's not taxed. And I started a separate PayPal account just for that, so that I don't get it confused with my money and actually end up smoking your fucking app money on my weed. Which would totally happen because I don't pay any attention to what the fuck is in my PayPal. Like, literally zero attention whatsoever. You can do bank-to-bank transfers, whatever. The point is, like, I can only take it so far without the tribe. And this is about as far as I can go, because I no longer have the ability to answer people's DMs. And that was the mission. Somebody told me once that there was a little kid standing on the beach, and the whole beach was lined with starfish that had washed up on the beach, and they were dying. And there was an old man sitting on a bench at the back of the beach, and the kid's walking along, and he's throwing the starfish back one by one. Cute little kid. You know, because kids get it. I was going to say we get it. I still think of myself as a child. I mean, I do. I didn't really grow up. I don't want to. That's why doing all this by myself is really hard. The kid spent 6 hours just throwing starfish back, and, hadn't gotten all the way down the beach. But the old man, I guess, saw the kid still and decided that he was just gonna walk down to him. How the old man was there for 6 hours, I got no idea. But he walked down to the little kid and he said, "Why are you doing that?" And the little kid says, "Because life is sacred." And the man says, "Well, you can't possibly help all of them. Why does it matter?" And the little kid just kind of smiles, and he looks down at the next starfish. He picks it up, and he throws it back in, and he says, "It mattered to that one." So that was the goal of this page. It was just I was waking up, something was happening to me consciously. I felt an urge to share it. And I said to myself that I'd make a priority of throwing each starfish back. Because you're right, it might not matter to the whole world what I'm doing. And believe me, I could have chosen an easier profession. But I recognized what was needed in the world, and I tried to be the change that I wanted to see. It's fucking hard, especially when you're a Gemini. Because I'm just a hypocrite by nature because of this duality thing, and I got both ends on the extreme. But I'm honest. So you can't say that I'm not honest. That's one thing nobody can say. My moods may change. I'm constantly updating the way I think. But you can't say that I'm not honest. Nobody can say that. I own all the shit I've done. I don't hide anything from anybody. And I never will. The only time that you lie is when you're afraid. And I'm not fucking scared. I don't break the law, so I don't hide anything from anybody. And frankly, if police officers knew what I did, they'd have a pretty fucking hard time arresting me consciously. The Marine Corps, they recognize what I do. They support me in what I do. I visited Camp Lejeune a few weeks ago to say hi to a friend. He's a squad leader over there. And they treated me like I was a really good person. They get excited when I call. And those are just the ones that have an active service back states. A lot of my friends offline are retired military. But some of my biggest fans are the military, especially the retired ones, because they realize that what I'm doing is exactly what they signed up to do, defend their country. And I don't want to just defend America. I left America, fuck it, but I want to liberate the whole planet. You can't do it if we just keep fighting people, That's why it's so important that we try to get behind one cause, like one that everybody can identify with, which is, we need our planet. We just need the Earth. Everything else, whether it's flat or round or fucking dick-shaped, I don't care. It's completely irrelevant. It's suffering, and suffering because of us. Because of our diets and our greed and our lifestyles. And the people are suffering trying to keep up track. Trying to keep up with an evolving world. The tribal people are really suffering. You guys don't see it, but down here I do. They have to deal with fucking miners and oil companies coming and trying to take over chunks of their land. They're being burned and skinned by villagers because their lands are stolen. These farmers steal their indigenous lands, and the tribes get hacked to death. Another part of my mission is I'd like to bring them the resources they need to stay safe. and give them, like Monsanto has mercenary squads. I would like to have squads of paid for ex-soldiers, ex-special forces that are paid to keep these perimeters safe at all costs. It's a big mission. But Mama said if you do it, if you just stay on track, and keep yourself healthy, and put your information out, she said that you have the ability to do it. So, since that day 3.5 years ago, it's been one paw in front of the other. Just keep fucking going. So I'm super sorry if I haven't had time lately to get to people's DMs, which is the most important part to me of what I do, is being able to help people. I'm very intuitive, although I can't fix every problem in my life at once. I can tell you from where I am 5 years ago and to now. There's no way you would think it was the same person other than somewhat aesthetics, but I never had a nice body. I was always fat, depressed, angry. So I just finished my business model with an attorney that's been kind enough to help me out, and thank God for her, because without you, girl, and I know you'll watch this eventually, listen, she's donated $3,000 almost of the $4,200 we've raised for the app. She literally took her day off of work to make my business plan without asking for shit. Never asked me for anything. Like, nothing. Because real recognize real. And people everywhere, they could talk, you put yourself in the public eye and people are going to hate you. No matter who you are, people hated Jesus. Because it threatens their power. But I'm constantly reminded that the right people always come at the right times, and that it's always darkest before the dawn. And it's not dark for me. I'm okay. I feel safe. I feel loved, protected. But as an empath, I feel the energy of the earth, and I feel horrible for the people that I see that are watching television and drinking sodas and, feeding their kids this shit, like ground up rats and pig assholes, like fucking hot dogs. I feel bad that there's countries where there's Jewish-only roads. The fuck out of here, Israel, you fucking terrorists. And I feel bad that we can't even get in there to help them. And it didn't make me feel bad until I woke up and I realized that I was everything in creation, and that I had to accept responsibility for everything that I was experiencing because they were projections of my thought, my consciousness. So that hurt for a while too. And now I just have to say that I'm doing the best that I can, and it's not perfect, and remind myself that, it's okay to be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. You're imperfectly perfect. And if we start loving each other, like loving the imperfections as well as the perfections, then we have what we call society. Like, we have an upgraded consciousness grid where we can actually live in peace. We're transitioning into the age of Aquarius. We have more of an ability to manifest with our thoughts as a direct result of the binary solar system that's coming into our solar system. And with it comes a photon belt. As many of you know, photons are light and photons are information. That means information is light. Light is information. Condensed light is known as matter. Gravity is bullshit. Electromagnetism is everything. Energy is all around you. The ethers are energy. That's a whole field that could easily be tapped into by anybody with half a brain if we weren't completely conditioned into believing in this horse shit that we've been taught in our schools, educational structures and systems. I'm not perfect. I have an ego. I'm way too flirty. I'm way too flirty. Like, what does that even mean? It means that I use Instagram, a lot of times chicks will hit on me and I respond, or I'll hit a chick and they respond. And frankly, I don't feel like it's misuse of power, but I have to also remember that I'm just trying to rat on myself for all the shit I do because I love doing that. But I have to remember that there has to be some sort of a sacred understanding between teachers and students, so it's hard for me sometimes, but every time you say no to something better is already on its way. I've found that to be a truth, because I've found through all of my journeys that unconditional love is the only truth. I also, so you guys know, I always avoid the phrase love and light. And the reason I do is because light is a dualistic thing. In the realm that we come from of darkness, consciousness, we don't have this thing called light. Light is actually not so friendly. Light is duality, light is pain, light is separation and division. Unity is the darkness. So everybody knows. That's why you don't ever hear me, That's why you don't ever hear me say love and light, is because I don't believe in the philosophy of light being the same thing as love. So, for example, when I'm at the shooting range and I'm loading up mags, every bullet I put in, I say love, and the next bullet, I say compassion, and the next bullet, I say truth. And then I repeat it. Love, compassion, truth. Love, compassion, truth. Love, compassion, truth. And the reason I do that is because I don't think there's anything that should ever be shot at without the intention of love, compassion, and truth behind it. If you're aiming at something and love, compassion, and truth are not behind it, then you have no right holding a firearm. Frankly. That being said, I just want to thank everybody for taking their time to listen to me. I know that I don't always have the kindest attitude or demeanor, but I'm trying my best. This is all very new to me. I have no idea how to handle the spotlight. I have no idea how to handle... I don't know how to handle anything. I never thought I'd have to actually do adult stuff. I always thought that I could just be free, and trying to be free and do adult stuff at the same time and expand aggressively in a world full of people who do really, really shitty things with their business partners. I'm trying to be completely fucking honest with my business. It's so hard. You don't understand. You really don't understand. I work in a world where people are constantly trying to undermine you financially. Now, I'm not saying this about my partners, but I'm saying that me and my partners face this. And we're trying to do honest business, and it's very fucking difficult. And it's really fucking hard for me. And I can't do this alone anymore. I can't. If we want to grow past whatever we're at, and let me just say that the reason that we're at, number-wise on this account, what we're at, is because I block 2 for every 1 person that follows me. I block 2. Based on the numbers in their profile. That was a message from Mama in the beginning, too, was pay attention to your intuition when people follow your page. Because I guess she saw that there would be infiltrators. I've tried to do my best to keep people that make stupid comments off the page, so that you have kind of a unified version of what we on this page collectively think. Because I don't give a fuck about what everybody else is doing. I don't know what I'm doing necessarily for myself, but I know for a fact that I'm doing it for everybody else. My intuition is on point. Like, all I can offer is my words, but my words coming from a place that's much higher than this 3D crude motherfucking planet we live on. No offense, guy, I love you, but you get what I'm saying. Somehow I have this ability to channel information for other people. I don't even like the word channel, because frankly I don't know where the fuck it comes from. But I know that when things are done under love and under the protection of the violet flame, I know that the only things that come that are good things. I mean, I recognize myself as the most powerful entity in existence with humbleness. Like, I'm everything and nothing. So when you're an empty vessel, you're easily able to just fill that vessel up with information. And so if you go blank and you have this ability to just go blank, sometimes you can have messages come to you. So that's why I like to answer people on DMs, because A, I don't have to talk to them in person because that's a pain in the ass. B, it's usually some pretty simple shit that I get a really quick answer. And it's like, it's just so intuitive, it's like nothing to me. And the whole point of this live stream was to tell you guys that I'm no longer able to effectively keep up with my DMs, and that is my mission. Until we have the ability to talk to each other physically, it's important that I be able to do this, so I'm asking for help in whatever facets you're able to help. Biggest projects I have going on, I need the app funded. That's huge. With the app, we don't have to worry about Instagram. Like, it's just really it's really easy. We don't need Instagram because there's like, I don't know, at least 10,000 of you follow just my page. Like, you made a separate account just to follow my page. You don't even have an Instagram. Like, I know this because when you followed, I went and contacted you to find out if you were just a blank page, so I know approximate numbers. I know that I have 160,000 trolls blocked on this page. I know that I have an internal networking system and a virtual fortressing protection system in place for the app where we're safe. I can't say that about Instagram. At any moment they can cut anybody's shit and they can just say fuck you. Now I also have people that work at Instagram that are friends of mine that support my mission. The same way that if I go to the States, I have military people by my side when I'm in the streets. On Instagram, I know people that work there that make sure that I'm safe, unless I'm violating some actual shit, and I'm certainly not, because I'm promoting 100% the truth. I mean, my truth, but it's 100% of it. I'm not leaving anything out. I haven't been reading comments. I've just been going through too much with everything in general. I wanted to keep this kind of focused and concise, and just say thank you so much to everybody for being a part of my journey. The page is about me and my awakening, or whatever you want to call this. And the bottom line is, we're limited by what's been created for us to be corralled in. It's like sheep that are stuck in a paddock. They can only go as the distance of the paddock. So Instagram, we're stuck as sheep inside of this virtual concept of social media. And what we should be doing is having real leaders, people who lead themselves well enough that other people want to follow them. And I don't suggest ever following anybody, but I'd like to think that what I'm doing is leading you back to yourself. And that's what a leader should do. Because I don't have any authority over anybody, period. And I can only show you... Alright, Louis Reyes, that's really fucking annoying, so you can please go fuck yourself. Thanks. Okay. So I'd like to think that I'm leading people back to themselves, and I'm doing it because I'm coming from a place of nature, which is nurture, which is why they sound so similar. Mama Earth is here to nurture us. If you're God, trapped in a 3/4D transitioning to 5D avatar, someone has to tell me how on earth you're ever going to get there without nature. I don't think any of that made sense. I totally just had a stoner moment. Oh, if you are God trapped in a 4D avatar slowly transitioning to 5D, which is creation, conscious creation with thought, through unconditional love. Because as we ascend to vibrations, blah, 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 love, fear. If you're God trapped in the avatar, then Gaia, the spirit of the earth, the one who gives you everything you need on this journey, she's your wife. So these people that are oil drilling and fracking, the people that are fucking extracting shit and making human slaves to do it, the same people that put factory farms and slaughterhouses onto the ley line, the key epicenters of Earth's consciousness grid, the people who keep our vibrations low through the media, these motherfuckers, when they start destroying my planet, I look at it like they're destroying my wife. I got arrested once. I have one charge that stuck with me for a while. I had 12 felonies. I was looking at 64 years for home invasion, burglary, assault with a deadly weapon, a bunch of possession of a controlled substance, possession of a concealed weapon. A through Z. They tried to nail me to the cross for some shit that was total bullshit. The long story short is, this kid was fucking my girlfriend. Now, obviously me as conscious Adam, I would have just walked away. I've walked away from people who haven't been fucking or cheating on me. I just walk away when something doesn't feel right. It's what I have to do to protect myself, and I have to protect myself to protect my tribe. The only time that I ever got in real trouble was because someone was fucking the girl that I thought I loved. And I didn't love her. She was a hip-hop dancer. She was in a few, like, Ludacris videos or some shit. And I thought she was hot. And, like, I wasn't popular, you know? So I was just like, alright, I'm down. Anyway, I went to this guy's job and I was like, if you touch her again, I'm gonna kill you. Well, I come home one night to my house. And he's in my house. Big mistake. Anyway, so I fucked him up. I believe they charged me with a felony in my own house. How do you break and enter into your own fucking house? Anyway, the charges were all reduced. Thank God. They just like to stack charges and scare you. What I should have done is take it to trial, but I would have risked 12 years at a minimum for that. So, whatever. I got 3 years of probation. I ended up violating my probation in the last month, going back to jail. But literally showed up consistently with marijuana in my system for 5 years of probation and never had a problem. They would just ask me about it and I'd be honest about it and they'd just be like, well, you're kind of right. Honesty has a way of ringing true in the ears of people that it hits, so So, all this being said, last time I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to cut it. I'm so sorry that I'm not able to answer people's DMs effectively. I really am. Please accept my humblest apologies. The mission of the page is to be able to answer people's DMs one by one and to help people. So while I'm trying to transition and expand the business aspect of things so that I can actually conduct the mission properly and with the resources without having to constantly crowdfund, because I'm so saddened by the fact that we are unable to raise 20 grand as a tribe. It's been 2 months. I mean, what the fuck? It just makes me want to stop some days. I mean, I can't do it on my own. I don't have resources. I don't make a lot of money in my shop. A couple $100 a week. Like, my travel expenses alone are more than I make. My food costs alone are actually more than I make in my shop. What the fuck am I talking about? Organic vegan food? If I'm traveling? Hello? I don't have money. I don't have like a silver spoon. I don't have mommy and daddy to go beg for money. I'm literally trying to do this for everybody else, and it would be really good if I could get some support from everybody else. No, they're not making me sad. It's just, I thought that we had like a close-knit tribe, you know? And if you can't donate, like, I get it. Just go read 7,000 of my posts. Like, learn something. Please, spread it. Like, I've sent my book out to like 10,000 people for free. I don't fucking care. Like, the problem is I don't have time to do the shit that I want to do anymore. It's because of fucking Instagram censors all my shit. That's why we had to build the app. The app ranks us. Information dissemination is so much easier. We can't be censored. That's why you see all these campaigns against me right now. Obviously, they're scared because once I get the app, I'm off the grid. You can't fucking tell me what I can post and what I can't post. Then I'm rogue. So I'm doing my best to save my money, stay safe and protected, stay full of love, and stay full of gratitude, and stay full of hope. And try my best to love my neighbor, and I try my best to leave a small footprint on the earth as I can. I don't do the best at it, but I try to just be respectful to the planet. For those of you who don't know, we just got a bunch of new inventory in. Shungite plates. This is great to put your cell phone on when you're sleeping so you don't get the fucking Wi-Fi next to your head. Shungite pyramids we've had for a while, but I just wanted to bring it up. New stuff we have. We also got the dopest new cell phone stickers. So these are orgone buttons that go on your phone. Fucking sick. The one I have on my phone is actually way more amazing. Look at that. Eye of Horus. We have those too. In limited supply right now. But they're epic. Everything that we sell is stuff that I personally like support and use. Stuff that I like, stuff that I find helpful on my journey. And I just want you guys to have the ability to protect yourself from Wi-Fi radiation, poisoned water. Like, what the fuck is chlorine? Like, yo, I'm in South America. The fucking Amazon River is not that far from here. What the fuck am I drinking chlorine in my water for? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so with that being said, I really, really love you guys. I really, really appreciate the fact that you've stuck in with me, stuck by me this whole fucking time through my crazy shenanigans. For those of you who are interested, I have a YouTube account. I'm going to be logging a lot of my live feeds up onto the YouTube. It's Third Eye Opener, the same way you spell it here. 3RDEYE Opener. For my shop, it's thirdeyeopener.etsy.com. And for my store, it's www.thirdeyeroots.com. To donate to the GoFundMe for the app, please visit gofundme.com/Unite the Clans. Last but not least, if you'd like to log your email information into my mail catcher on www.thirdeyeopener.com, that's my old website currently being revamped behind the scenes. I would really appreciate it. It's really important that we are able to stay connected in the event that social media all of a sudden goes, because it could in a second. So, with humility and gratitude, I love you guys, and thank you so much for being a part of my journey. I'll see you guys next time. Peace and love.